All right. Welcome, everyone, to Plan Stage Weekly, July 15th, 2021. We were kind of discussing what the points on our agenda were. We don't really know what 1A is, so we'll skip that. 1B is decision to use work items table. We probably don't want to go too much into this because I'm not 100% sure on that either, if that means the decision has been made to use a separate table. It sounds like that's where we're leaning, but I also don't think we're going to get a full decision on that until we talk to the database team, which is happening tomorrow. So if anyone wants to join that meeting, I think it's, I don't know what time it is, but it's
too late for us.
Yeah, it'll be extremely late for y'all. But if you want to attend, it should be on Jake's or Alexandru's calendar. All right. Skipping on down to our numbering's weird. 11A. Is that you?
Yeah, that was me. I should have put my name at Simon. Do we own copy as GFM? That functionality of when you copy text from a markdown area. I was looking at this bug briefly and I got some vague idea how to fix it, but I don't really know much about that copy as GFM thing.
Yeah, that is a good question. We can probably we can definitely make the argument that yes, we own it. Just anything related to markdown, we kind of own. But I don't know if we are the ones that created that function or if
it's been around forever. I was just having a quick look and most of it was just created by Dower or
really?
Several years ago and then hasn't been touched since.
Interesting.
I don't know if we rarely add new things or what.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we should go with it's us for now.
Good.
But is your question, you want to know if anyone has any like expertise on it? Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be an expert on it.
It will be by next week.
All right. So there we go. DRI for copy as GFM is now Simon.
Or John.
Or John, yeah, there we go.
The last thing we added there was the copy tables thing. Stan added it, and yeah, so it's like Plan really didn't like work on it specifically. It's like just an extra thing that Stan saw, where you copy tables from Excel or Google Sheets and you paste it and it shows up as a table thing. Yeah, I think that's the last one I could remember that where we worked on the copy paste thing. Or maybe this is different and only happens on code. I don't know if it's the same code or different, but I don't know.
Oh, look.
I think the create group owns the GFM. I'm pretty sure.
It's Plan mostly actually. If you look at the product category, like Markdown is put under Plan.
Markdown. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all I had on this. It's just soliciting some help. But I'll have a play around with that and see how we go. Flore, GraphQL boards update.
Yeah, just wanted to quickly touch on that. We are close to defaulting on the feature flag now. Actually, I wanted to mention, I quickly wanted to touch on that with Simon specifically because on GraphQL boards, we have the new create list create column. And it's also behind a feature flag. So should we consider like defaulting that on as well and cleaning it up
Yes.
around the same time as GraphQL boards?
Can I? So
Yeah.
that needs to be defaulted. Okay, so that's defaulted on now. We just need to remove the feature flag, right, Simon?
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
needs to
okay.
precede removing the feature flag
GraphQL.
for GraphQL boards,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what I
because,
was thinking.
Yeah, it depends on that. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
breaks without the new create list.
That's fine. So we're currently defaulting on GraphQL boards. So then I guess we can remove the board new list and delete the deprecated drop down to create
Correct.
lists.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can remove the GraphQL board list feature flag. So yeah, do you have capacity to remove that feature flag, Simon?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I've got
Since
that
it's
issue assigned to me.
Yeah, well, you've done all the work on that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch base on that because as I am defaulting on the GraphQL board feature flag, I've had to update a lot of things in the docs, specifically the screenshots about creating a new list. And I'm like, oh, that's another feature flag. So we need to think about that as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like it's looking good. We're
By the way,
tracking
thanks,
well.
Flory, for updating all the screenshots in the doc.
Yeah, it just takes a bit of time, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions on GraphQL boards?
So real quick, the screenshots that you updated for the create list, is that the only documentation we need to do for the create list feature flag?
Yeah, I think so. There were also a few other things on the issue boards docs. Martin's been helping me on that anyway, so it's fine. Overall, there hasn't, like, beside the new create lists feature, we haven't really changed anything on issue boards. We're gonna update the sidebar soon, but that's gonna be separate anyway, like the look of the sidebar. So yeah, I think the create list is the major change really with that feature. The rest is exactly the same because we just refactored with feature parity anyway, so we're good.
One thing I do want to fix or change with the new create list is adding multiple. I think I saw an issue about that
it's
recently.
been raised. I've
yeah.
seen it's been raised specifically for labels, like people want to be able to select multiple
Just
labels.
tick a bunch and then add.
Yeah, instead of putting radio buttons, maybe just put like checkboxes.
Checkbox.
And have like a bulk create or something. I still don't, I agree that it needs to be done. I still don't think that it should hold off on releasing that feature. I don't know. What do you think, Donald?
Sorry, say that again. That's bulk edit?
Bulk create.
Multi-select? Is that?
No, adding multiple lists at a time. Like you currently can for label lists, just tick a bunch of them from the dropdown. Whereas now you add them one at a time.
The problem is that it's a regression from the previous capacity of boards.
Change in behavior.
Yeah.
It's a new feature. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
I would like
to be more conscious. Yeah. I think people will miss it.
So well, people will miss it, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been raised already. Some customers have been complaining about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's worth fixing.
Yeah, definitely worth fixing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we need to fix it, but I don't think we should hold off on releasing GraphQL boards because of it.
Absolutely not. No, I'll delete the feature flag first. And this can be my reward.
I think we can keep rolling out the updated version of boards, but we definitely need to add that feature back into the new create list for sure. Definitely agree.
Cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm lost as to where we are. My I had to run because my daughter was cooking something and she She lit a bag on fire in the kitchen.
Fun.
She's like screaming, "Dad, you have to come right now." So I went out there and took care of the fire, but now I reek of smoke. So, so yeah, where are we at right now?
Oh, we were talking about create multiple lists at once on boards and rolling out GraphQL boards.
Okay. Did we get through all the points on the GraphQL boards update then? Just in the agenda.
Yeah, what's in the agenda? Yes.
Okay. Cool. Do we want to discuss anything that's not in the agenda around GraphQL boards?
Well, I could always add the fact that I need to refactor board scope to be able to remove legacy code, but it's not blocking the rolling out of the feature itself. So yeah, like it's just to say that we're on track to roll out that feature flag, but we need to fix a few bits and pieces here and there as we do. And then we can remove legacy code, which is exciting.
It's very exciting. Cool. Okay. Anyone have anything else? Gabe left a nice little note there on social time. If y'all get a chance, read it. Other than that, anything else anyone has to discuss?
Regarding GraphQL boards, I remember seeing a message in Slack. Somebody mentioned a bug around, like when you create an issue, the labels aren't set or something. Like
yeah, it's the milestone within board scope that doesn't get added to the issue. I'm currently fixing that, and it's a really dumb bug. It's actually covered and tested, but for some reason, the milestone ID is stored as a number instead of a string, which is why it's not being processed properly, and that's why we missed it. Basically, I just need to add a .to string onto it, and it's working. I'm not too sure why it's stored as a number. Maybe I should look at that. I think it's just the field, because it's a legacy field of milestone in board scope. Yeah. I'm going to fix this the easy way, and because I'm also separately looking at refactoring board scope anyway for other reasons, I'll look into this and trying to make it more consistent with GraphQL IDs, but separately, because it's probably a bigger piece of work. I just want to fix this bug right now. But yeah, it's a really dumb bug.
Yeah, it's just small tricky things like these that that happen with refactors and stuff. And
yeah, in this
tricky.
specific case, we've had a lot of issues because of the difference between like REST IDs and the global GIDs, and like there's a lot of transformations that happen in the way we store things on state, etc. I'm hoping that once the legacy code on board is completely deleted, we can unify all of that and only use GIDs everywhere. It's just we're still using a bit of REST endpoints in a couple of places, and the way things are stored and processed, still using not GIDs, which is why we have this issue right now. But it's something that we can iterate on later. I'll just push an easy fix and get on with it.
Yeah, I still always get caught up knowing when I need to call that, like from GraphQL ID to ID, whatever those helper functions are.
There's a new one which is called convert to GraphQL ID, and you pass it a type.
Yeah.
Just found out about that yesterday. We also have inconsistencies even in GraphQL mutations. Like not all of them necessarily use GIDs, which can be a little bit confusing. When we build mutations for work items, maybe we need to make it consistent and only use GIDs. That'd be great. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, that's definitely something that's been causing issues.
Is that convert to GraphQL or GID? Is that a global util or?
Yes, it's in GraphQL shell utils.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until yesterday, and you just because we do have a lot of utils defined across the code base to do like global milestone ID or global epic ID and stuff. And this one, it's one function, you pass it the type and the ID, and it does it for any of them. And those there's also global constants defined for those types. So we should definitely use that and slowly remove the specific utils across the code base. But
Yeah, because I think there's a specific util somewhere that does that also, that we can probably remove and replace with the global one.
yeah, we have a lot of utils to deal with that. It's like every time people have the issue, they create their own util somewhere. So yeah.
Cool. I'm going to stop recording.